This is a Kitzur Yomi as we continue learning and we begin a new Siman. Siman, Lamed, Dalid, which are the halachas of Tzedakah. Says the Kitzur Sif Aleph Mitzvahs Aseh Litin Stakal Ani Israel. It's a positive commandment to give tzedakah. Shenemar says the Ta'ira Pasach Tiftach Es Yadcha Lo. You should open your hand. V'nemar v'cheachicha yimach. And your brother shall live with you. Kol haraya ani mevakesh. And when he sees a poor person asking for tzedakah, a critical line. Kol haraya ani mevakesh. Anyone who sees a poor person asking for money, v'helim einay mimenu, and you ignore him, you don't give him something. So you might think, what's the big deal? So I didn't give tzedakah. No, I didn't give him. Says the Kitzur, we have to realize, it's an iser. It's a negative commandment. Shenemar says the Torah pasuk in Dvarim lo samis levachav lo sikmas yadchem yichicha aviyah. You now let it harden your heart. Close your hand against someone who needs cash. A startling line to open up this parak on tzedakah. Continues the Kitzur at tzedakah hu siman. Tzedakah is a siman to what? Lezera Avraham Avinu, that you are a yid. You come from Avraham Avinu. Shenemar ki yidat leman shetzavez banav la'asei tzedakah. I loved him. He commanded his children to do tzedakah. Vein kisi Yisrael miskainen, and the seed of Klal Yisrael is not established. V'da emes medes, and the truth, the Torah, does not stand only on one thing. What is our foundation? What is the Torah standing upon? Says the Kitzur. Ella b'tzedakah. Shenemar b'tzedakah tikoinani. Establish yourself through tzedakah. V'gadol yaser mikol karbanos. Tzedakah is greater than any carbon. Shenemar, says the pasuk in Mishlei, Asay tzedakah mishra nivchar l'Hashem yizavach. Do tzedakah what is preferable to Hashem than any offering. V'nisam ligalin ela b'tzedakah. Klal Yisrael is redeemed because of tzedakah. Shenemar, siyam b'misha tibadeh shaveh b'tzedakah. So we saw if you don't give tzedakah, it's a loisaseh. Tzedakah is a sign that you're pashing a yid, as there Avram Avinu. The Torah stands on tzedakah. And finally, we are now redeemed only through the schusim of tzedakah. Continues the Kitzur minat tzedakah. You will never become poor from giving tzedakah. Ve'ein davar ra v'lo yezik ba b'shvil tzedakah. Says the Kitzur, nothing negative will come through tzedakah. Shenemar, a pasuk in Yeshaya, v'yamaisi at tzedakah shalom. Kol merachem merachemim alav. Anyone who shows mercy, Hashem will be merciful to him. Shenemar v'noscha rachmi v'rachemcha v'herbecha, that Hashem will make you multiply. Won't create a bracha, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself will have rachmanas. Chol mishu achzari. And if someone is cruel, yishlach li yechusay. You should question. It's not normal. Yidin aren't cruel. VaKadosh Baruch Hu karav l'shavas aniyim. And Hashem is close to the cries of the aniyim. Shenemar v'sakas aniyim yishma. Here's the cries of the poor. Lefikach sarach liyizayir b'tza'akasam. You have to be careful and attentive to their cries. Shrei bris krusa lahem, because there's a covenant. Shenemar v'yitzak alay v'shemati chananani, says the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Obi, if he cries out, I'll listen. V'amar Yerushalmi teaches Yerushalmi Tara Dolosi Pasach La'anya. A gate that is not open for the poor, Tipasach La'asya, will eventually be opened before the Asya, which is the doctor. And what this means is, Rachmana litzlan, if you don't give tzedakah, you're going to need a doctor. One will be ill. V'yitin Adam alibi, one should put in his heart, Shumei Vakish, Kol Shah, Parnasasa, Mekadosh Baruch Hu. We're always asking from Hashem for Barnasa. What do we want? We just want Hashem to hear our tefillos. So you listen to the poor. You should put in your heart. It's a wheel that turns in the world. Someone within one's immediate vicinity will eventually need tzedakah, so you want to be on the top of the wheel. One should not allow himself to think, how can I lose money? My bank account is depleting because I keep on giving to the poor. One should know The money is not yours, rather ela pikadon. The money that we have is a deposit. Lasa is by retoina mafkid, a requirement to use it the way that Hashem deposited with him. V'zeh chalkoi. It is this that tzedakah is given. Mikol amolei b'olam hazeh remains his after the world is gone. K'dersiv v'holach lefanecha tzidkecha v'tzedakah doichik zeros rois u'meisefes chayim. So we see the wonderful qualities that tzedakah could bring. And the Kitzur continues in Sif Beis. Continues the Kitzur, Kol Adam Chayiv Litain Tzedakah. Everyone is obligated to give tzedakah kafiyah sagis yadai, according to what he could afford. Vafil ani amisparnes min tzedakah, even an ani which is supported through tzedakah, even he has to give tzedakah. Kigoin sheish lamam mamid shaloi, has a little bit of his own money. V'ino noisev mehem that he's not used for business. Demotlo litil min tzedakah. He's able to accept tzedakah because he's considered an ani. Kivan shein lo carrying to this round has been a revach. He has no principle that which he could be sustained from. Mikol makaim. Kivan sheish lai b'malis parnis. Lemaisa, he has from what to support himself. Chayli to tzedakah mashiyat and lie. He has to give tzedakah from that which is given to him. He can accept tzedakah, but he still has to give from whatever little bit he makes. Even if he can only give a little bit, al yimnes atzmai, he should not refrain from giving. Why? Why does he not have to stop giving? A little bit of his own, is like a lot from a wealthy person. Says regarding an oila, it's the same terminology. You have a big animal, you have a bird, and you have just flour. Of course. However, if you only have enough to live, one's own parnasa comes first. Continues the Kitzur in Sif Gimel, Kama Noisin Lani, the $1 million question. What is the Chiv Tzedakah, says the Kitzur, Dei Machsairai, enough to satisfy what the ani needs. Asher Yechsar Loi, such critical words. What he is lacking, not what I'm lacking, not what I think he should have, what he thinks he should have. I know. A poor person who accepts tzedakah in secret, whatever he lacks, whatever he was accustomed, before he became an ani. So if prior to that, you go and you want to give that, you have to support him on that higher level. You give him less. Does bread and food for 2 meals, place to live. We give money to Goyim like Yidin, because we want to maintain peace with the Goyim. And we continue in Sif Dalet, Kami Yitin on them Tzedakah Shanari Shaina Hamaser Min HaKeren. You give Meiser Mikan Velach Yitin Meiser Min HaRevach Shaviyakol Shana. You give Meiser a tenth from the profit. Everything needs to be given Meiser. So first you give 10% from the principal, then you give from the profit. You subtract what you need for your living expenses for before you give Meiser. Now, note number 27, it's a very important note. Says the note that most halachic authorities disagree with this. That you cannot deduct your regular expenses. And other expenses maybe, yeah, but not regular expenses. Is what? Not Meiser. We don't stop at 10%. No, 20%. You should never give more than 20%. You don't want to have to come to need to take stock of yourself. Specifically in your lifetime, when someone is dying, give away a full third. And last was Meiser, Shaloi Dvar Mitzvah. One should not use his Meiser for a mitzvah. Kigai, Nears will be Sikinas, Shard Dvar on the mitzvah. Rakitinel Laniim. This is a critical line that the Ikar Din of Meiser is for an Ani. If someone has a mitzvah to be of sandik, or lachlul chasakala anim nechopa, for chlasas kala chaygamna, cheling nisfarim lulmabem, or the Kitzur is even makel to buy svarim to learn from him, and to lend to others, meaning it's not just for yourself. If you couldn't afford on your own, you went into the mitzvah with this, then yachalasais me ma'aser. And again, these are all complicated questions. What you could and what you cannot. If you buy farm from ma'aser, you have to be careful to give it to others. Except when you need them. You come first, but it has to be public. If you're using ma'aser money, it's not just for yourself. You have to write in them. So the $1,000,000 question, can you use meiser for svarim? The answer is, well, it depends. Yes, but you have to write it's bought from meiser, and you have to let anyone use it. We'll pick it up from here. B'siyata dishmaya.